Over the last few months, the GTA community has analyzed GTA 6 trailers thousands of times, breaking down literally everything: cars, animals, activities, and even NPCs. But there's one thing everyone has completely overlooked, and I honestly believe it makes 50% of the entire experience. I'm talking about the sound. We often take this part for granted, because most of us are expecting GTA 6 to have realistic water physics, physical character changes, or even the best graphics, just so we can enjoy the best company in Leonida. Okay, well, maybe that last one is actually important. Jokes aside, Rockstar hasn't given us any official hints about the upgrades they've made to their audio engine, but if we listen closely to the trailers, we can tell they have definitely made a massive leap in this department. I'll show you exactly what I mean throughout this video. Today, we're going to look at the areas they've already improved, how audio worked in their previous games, and what they can step up in the most anticipated game of the era. So what clues did Rockstar actually leave us in that second trailer that proved they're chasing this level of immersion? If you listen incredibly closely to the background music when Jason is driving his car, it sounds as if it's coming from right inside the vehicle. In the very next scene, when he's robbing a store, you hear the exact same song, but as if it's playing through some low quality speakers. Even when he's lifting weights on the beach, the song playing sounds like it's coming from a speaker way off in the distance. A bit further into the trailer, when Jason goes to pick up Lucia at the correctional facility, we see Jason asking for Lucia through a glass window. When the police officer responds, the sound actually comes through as if it's blasting out of the intercom mounted on the glass. Listen to it.
She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have.
Now, in recent years, gaming has seen revolutionary shifts in physics mechanics, how artificial intelligence brings worlds to life, moving away from flat maps and robotic NPCs. But without a doubt, graphics have taken all the spotlight for developers, and that's actually a very big problem. Cause think about it, graphics can look completely photorealistic, but if a gun sound feels cheap or a car engine sounds hollow, the entire illusion of a living world shatters in a millisecond. Your eyes only see a 90-degree cone right in front of you. Sound is a 360-degree bubble that tricks your brain into believing a virtual world is real, but audio tells you what's happening behind you, above you, and even blocks down the streets. It gives a game its actual weight, and to understand how massive of a jump GTA 6 is going to be, we have to look at the limits of the past. The games I played during my childhood didn't look much better than this, and as the years went by, consoles became more and more powerful with every new generation. Games evolved at that exact same pace. With higher storage capacities and more graphical power, every new game release felt like a revolutionary leap forward. We can see that perfect example throughout the GTA franchise. With every new GTA title, the graphics evolved, the gameplay got sharper, and Rockstar kept challenging themselves to make sure each entry was vastly superior to the one before it. Yet, underneath all those visual upgrades, the way games handle sound barely changed. The sound design was basically getting the short end of the stick, receiving only minor tweaks with each new generation. With the launch of GTA 5, the consoles pulled off the magic trick. The system calculated 1,000 sounds around you all at once, but your console only actively played the 100 most important ones, so it wouldn't explode from a lack of memory. That's exactly why the audio felt completely flat. If you fire a rifle in the middle of the open desert, and then you fire that exact same rifle inside a small bedroom, the sound is almost identical. The game just slaps a generic echo effect on top, depending on whether you're indoors or outdoors. Sound waves don't actually navigate the architecture of Los Santos. If a cop car is chasing you, the siren sounds just as crisp and clear through a solid 2-foot thick concrete wall as it does when it's right in front of your face. The hardware just couldn't calculate audio physics in real time. And that brings us to the modern era, and with it, a change that not many players notice while playing, but is absolutely indispensable to fully enjoy the experience. And it just kept getting better and better through the years. I'm talking about adaptive and physical dynamic audio. 5 years after the release of GTA, Rockstar completely rewrote the rules with Red Dead Redemption 2, leaving the old tricks behind to implement a completely new audio engine that reacted to your actions in real time. They recorded over 500 100,000 lines of dialogue and forced the voice actors to record almost every single line of dialogue twice, one in a normal conversational tone and one shouting, allowing the game to switch between the two tracks in a millisecond, depending on the physical distance between the characters. But the real mind-blowing feature was acoustic propagation. A gunshot's echo was no longer just a pre-recorded effect. Instead, the engine calculated the actual geography of the map, making the sound wave bounce realistically off the stone walls of a canyon or instantly deaden as it was absorbed by the thick trees of a forest. All of this while the soundtrack fractured into dynamic instrument layers that faded in and out based on your exact level of danger. But doing that in a quiet open wilderness is easy. Doing it in a massive chaotic modern city like Leonida, that's where the real challenge begins. And that is exactly where the competition showed us what GTA 6 needs to improve. There are many games genres on the market, but where I feel this weight impacts the experience the most is without a doubt in car games, like Forza or Assetto Corsa for example. They handle car audio with the exact same seriousness as tire physics. The engine notes change completely based on your camera angle. In cockpit view, you don't just hear a generic engine, you hear the insulation of the dashboard filtering the noise, mixed with the mechanical whine of the transmission gears spinning right beneath your feet. Likewise, brake squeal can change depending on the brake pad material, and even the tires don't sound the same when flooring the gas in a sports car compared to an off-road vehicle. In GTA 5, when you modify a car, the engine sound barely changes, and on many car models, the sound is exactly the same. But if GTA 6 wants its Miami-inspired car culture to feel authentic, they need to close this gap. Every exhaust mod, every turbocharger, and every engine swap needs to give your vehicle a completely distinct acoustic footprint that other players can hear roaring down the highway from blocks away. The same goes for environmental interactions. Where other modern titles are setting the bar incredibly high, look at the modern Tomb Raider games for example. In these words, the sound of water isn't just a flat audio that plays when the character is in the water. It interacts with the character in real time and also acts as a physical acoustic barrier. When you submerge your character underwater to hide from an enemy, the audio engine instantly applies an aggressive low-pass filter to the entire mix. And that way, the chaotic sounds of gunfights, shouting factions, or whatever is above the surface are instantly transformed into a muffled, heavy rumble underwater. Given that the state of Leonida is completely surrounded by coastlines, ocean currents, and swamps, the sound of water needs to feel like a completely distinct sensory experience that alters your spatial awareness. This strongly suggests that Rockstar is moving toward a system where every sound source behaves like a physical object, emitting real sound waves. With modern hardware, the game can likely calculate exactly how these waves interact with the environment in real time using acoustic ray-tracing. It's simple. Instead of shooting rays of light to generate graphical reflections, the engine shoots invisible rays outward from your player in 3D space to map the environment in real time. In short, it physically maps the world through sound, letting your ears identify the architecture of Vice City without you even looking at the screen. This is the ultimate goal of next generation gaming. It's not just about pushing more pixels or making textures sharper. It's about creating a living, breathing ecosystem that completely tricks your senses into believing you are there. Rockstar has always been a studio defined by its obsession with details that other developers ignore. And while we still have to wait for official gameplay to see exactly how far they push the envelope, the audio engine of GTA 6 might just be the silent revolution that changes open world gaming forever. But I want to hear from you guys. When you finally boot up GTA 6 for the first time, what is going to matter more to you? Having flawless photorealistic graphics that look like a movie, having a perfectly realistic next-gen sound design, or you will be just happy to finally play it? Drop your thoughts in the comment down below. I wanna know everything you have to say. If you want to stay up to date with game mechanics and everything else involving GTA 6 that other channels are completely missing, make sure to smash that subscribe button, like the video if you like it, and check out my other videos on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.